Right then. Morning, morning. I apologise in advance if there's any extraneous noise. So I was just saying the traffic is very bad outside. So I do apologise if it's very loud and noisy. I'm not checking my messages. I'm just getting something to read for us up. Okay. So. Where are we? Here we go. Last week, well, welcome to spring. We're officially in spring now because last week it was the equinox last Thursday. And we've had, after a couple of false starts, it looks like we've got some spring sunshine today. It feels glorious, doesn't it? And back in the day, historically, this time of year would have been the beginning of the year, the new year. It's called the turning of the wheel. And it seems such a lovely time to have a new year rather than the misery of January, where the last thing we want to be thinking about are fresh starts. We just want to be hunkering down and keeping warm and not doing very much at all. So this to me feels like this time for shaking off winter and almost kind of looking forward to this new season, perhaps with a fresh mindset, or at least perhaps having left behind all those things perhaps in winter that we've had a chance to mull over and think about, and things that aren't really serving us anymore. And I was thinking about this idea of balance as well, because the equinox is that perfect balance between the number of hours we have of daylight versus the number of hours we have of darkness. So balancing all of its glory, not just standing on one leg, although we might do a little bit of that, but balancing all senses of the word, something which inspired the class today. So without further ado, we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So you can prop yourself up against a wall, up on cushions, on blankets, whatever feels good. And just placing the hands down wherever is comfortable. You can have them on your knees, on your lap, and do whatever feels good. And just allowing chin to drop down towards your chest, closing down the eyes for a moment. And as you come to that comfortable seated position, maybe just take a little awareness of how you're sitting. And just notice if you can find that sense of balance between the right side and the left side of your body, between the front and the back, that we're not sinking backwards and rounding the spine, and nor are we kind of leaning forwards. Sometimes I think I've got a temptation to do that in this busy world. It kind of forces us to rush headlong sometimes into things. We can sometimes have a little bit too much weight in that forward thrust. So see if you can just rein things back a little bit. And then find that balance between the up and the down. And relaxing and releasing down into your sit bones, letting the knees relax if you're cross-legged. But at the same time, feeling that the spine is lengthening up. According to traditional Chinese medicine, the element of wood is associated with spring, and I always think that our spine is like our trunk in a tree, that central channel that holds us. So think about after maybe winter, feeling a little bit curled inwards on yourself, that spine is beginning to unfold and lengthen, growing strong as we head forwards into this new season. Let's just consider this idea of balance for a moment. Just maybe pausing to think if there's an area, aspect of your life that feels out of balance at the moment. Too much movement, too much busyness. Or maybe the reverse, after stagnation, cold winter months, too little movement, too much stillness, too much introspection. Too much time focusing on the needs of other people, their wants. putting yourself bottom of the pile, maybe to the detriment of our own health and our own wants and our own needs. Just considering for a moment how that makes us feel when the area of our life is out of balance. Rushed or anxious, resentful if we're caring for others constantly, overwhelmed, sluggish if there's too little movement, whatever it is. Perhaps allowing the possibility to arise that maybe we could make small changes that might address and realign that area of our lives that's out of kilter, bringing ourselves back into balance. Thinking how that might make us feel. Coming to that, the end of our practice, let's start to gently circle the body now. Hands can be on your knees, you can have your feet on the floor, legs outstretched. So just circling the body round, so you're kind of drawing a little path around the base of the pelvis there as you circle round one way. And then just change direction, coming all the way round the other way. Yeah, gently drawing your navel back towards your spine. And then coming to that lovely upright posture, softening the shoulders as you let the hands just fall down by the side of the body this time, lengthening and lifting the chest. As you inhale, we're going to reach the arms up above the head. And as you exhale, let's take a little twist to the right. So we're just going to split the arms. Left arm taps in front, right arm behind. And then inhale up through the center. And exhale, let's twist in the opposite direction again. Let's just split the arms, reaching the arms up. And this time, bringing the hands behind you. You can come up onto your fingertips. You can sit down onto your hands, whatever feels good. So you can push the floor away, roll the shoulders, maybe lift the chin, or imagine you're looking up to all that beautiful spring sunshine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, pushing off the hands, let's take a little forward fold over the legs. So you can keep the chest high, or you can stretch the arms out, keeping that balance across your sit bones now as maybe you have a little sway from side to side if it feels good. Rocks. Yeah, and then walking the hands back towards you, bringing the feet down to the floor in front of you. Catching hold beneath your knees, you can always clasp your wrists behind your legs if that's more comfortable there. You're going to take a little lean back there to bring your toes to rest on the floor, heels lifted. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you lift one shin and then the other, or lifting both shins, coming into your version of boat pose today. So lifting up nice and tall through the chest. Option to extend the arms, palms up, so you're reaching towards your toes, keeping the chest high. Now, I should have said to make sure you noticed which way you had your legs crossed, but if you can, cross the legs the opposite way as you come down. It should be the way that feels a little bit more awkward now. Reaching those arms up as you inhale. And this time we're going to twist left, so we're just going to split the arms, one in front, one behind, and then back through center. And then all the way over to the opposite direction. Lovely. Arms lift up, breathing in. And breathing out, bringing the hands behind you. Once more, leaning into your hands, rolling your shoulders back as you open the chest. Breath in. And breathing out. I've got to cross my legs the opposite way. Come down into that forward fold. Suddenly realise that felt all too familiar. Sliding the hands away. And again, you can keep the chest nice and high, or you can come down a little lower over the legs. Mobility permitting, you might again add that little sway from side to side. And then rolling all the way back up, sliding the hands back in towards you. And this time as you bring the feet to the floor, just make sure that you're in the middle of your mat. I'm going to come to lie down in a minute, so make sure you've got mat behind you. Again, lifting up onto your tiptoes, option to stay there, or again, taking your version of boat pose, lifting one shin or both, reaching the arms out, lifting the chest as you lengthen the hands down towards your feet. Lovely. And then bringing the feet down to the floor, rolling your way down onto your back. When you get there, walking your heels a little closer in towards your bottom. Ready for a shoulder bridge, so pressing down into your feet. And lift the hips, and as you do so, reach the arms straight up towards the ceiling, so your palms are facing each other, pressing down through the feet. Keep the arms lifted as you press the shoulder blades into the floor, roll the hips all the way back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms stay lifted as you push the hips all the way back up. Hips stay lifted this time as you open the arms out, level with the shoulders, stretch the chest. Arms lift back up, palms facing. And then rolling down through the hips, bring the arms and the hips back down to the floor, where we started. Let's add the breath. Inhale, lift the hips, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower the hips, keep those arms up, press between the shoulder blades. Lift those hips up as you inhale. Exhale, arms open wide as you broaden your chest. Inhale, reach the arms back up to the ceiling. And then roll everything back down. Let's do that twice more. So as you press through the feet and lift the hips, raising the arms, really press those shoulder blades down into the mat as you let the hips sink all the way back down. Press through the feet, lifting the hips up. Keep those hips high, pelvis level as you open the arms out. Arms reach back up. And everything back down. Let's do that one more time. You're going to wake up through the back of the body, reaching the arms as you lift the hips. And then rolling back down. See if you can find your way down, vertebrae through vertebrae. Press the hips up towards the ceiling one last time, and then keep them lifted as you open the arms out. Really feel that lovely stretch across the chest. Arms reach back up. And roll your way down. Everything coming back down to the floor. Bring your right knee this time up and in towards the chest. You can hold in front or behind the knee, squeezing that knee in. Just have a little rock of the knee from side to side, opening up into the hip there. Little rocks, little movement. Lovely. And then interlacing the hands around the back of that leg. Let's extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Keeping the lower back pressing into the floor as you point and flex that foot, feeling a nice stretch in the back of the ankle, back of the knee. Go ahead and flex the foot. So you want to push the heel up towards the ceiling there. And then keeping the foot flexed, ankle over opposite knee. So we're going to find our way into that reclined pigeon. Now maybe think back to that thought at the beginning, if there's too much movement, too much doing, you just want to keep the left foot on the floor, press that right knee away and gently, gently rock side to side, ease your way there. Or picking up that left foot, holding on around the back of the leg, bringing that right shin a little closer. And you might add some movement, maybe little rocks from side to side. And as you come to stillness, if you are moving, option as you inhale, we're going to straighten that left leg up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the knee. Do that twice more. So as you inhale, straighten the leg up, foot flexed if you wish. And exhale, release. This next time, option to keep that left leg extended up towards the ceiling. Or let that heel stay close to your bottom. You decide whatever works for you. Getting that nice stretch in the back of the leg if you've got the leg extended. And if you've got the left leg straight, let's bend the knee. Bring the foot down to the floor. We're going to bring the arms out level with the shoulders as you cross right leg over left leg. If that doesn't work for you, just keep the feet apart. Move the hips to the right. Bring those knees up to the chest. And then we'll tip them over to the left side. Maybe using that left hand on your top knee or thigh. Encourage those knees down. Maybe looking over that back arm if it feels good. Finding that right, nice rotation through the spine. Slowly come back through the center, unravel those legs, and bring both knees in towards the chest, one hand on each knee. And just start to circle off the knees now. You can keep the knees together, or like me, you can take them round in 2 individual circles, like you're doing a nice lazy breaststroke there if you want more work into the hips this morning. And then changing direction again. Rolling your way round. Bringing the left knee into the chest, letting that right foot come down to the floor. Again, just opening and closing the knee. Seeing how that feels on that side. It might feel really different, so do whatever feels good. And holding on around the back of the leg, going to extend that leg up towards the ceiling, pointing and flexing off your foot now. Doing that nice stretch in the back of the leg. That's it. Just pausing there as you flex the foot, feel that nice stretch and opening in the back of that left leg. Then walk cross ankle over opposite knee. So again, the right foot on the floor, press the knee away, option 1, or hold on around the back of the thigh, bring that shin a little closer to you and have a little rock from side to side. And then as you come to stillness, if you wish, as you inhale, we're going to straighten that right leg and exhale, let the knee bend. So twice more, straightening and then bending the knee with the breath. Now this next time, if you want to keep that right leg extended up towards the ceiling, if it adds something to that stretch for you this morning, then feel free. If not, just let the heel drop down to your bottom or keep the foot on the floor. That's it. Let's all bring that right foot to the floor, arms out as you cross left leg over right, or again, keep the feet hip width. I just move my hips to the left, knees to chest, and then that little tip over to the right side, maybe using that right hand this time to draw those knees down, only if that feels good this morning. Let's roll all the way back onto our backs, uncrossing the legs. We're going to come up and over to all fours, so you can have a little rock up and over, coming over to all fours. When we get there, hands can stay under the shoulders, but I'm going to widen my knees and just bring my big toes together. So I've got a little bit of a broader base to work from there. And then from there, let's start to circle the body or draw a little figure of 8 shape. Whatever works for you, maybe closing the eyes here as you just notice any tight spots that you can work your way into this morning as we take the body round in one direction. And then circle off the opposite way. Take the body around the opposite way, seeing how that feels. Should feel quite nice just to get the body moving. Undulation through the spine. And then coming to stillness, bringing those knees back underneath your hips now if you'd widen them like I had. Hands under the shoulders, keep pressing the hands down. As you inhale, let's pull the chest forwards, arching the back. And then exhale, rounding up like the angry cat, really pressing the hands down. And just continuing now. Again, maybe closing the eyes so we can really feel what's going on. Stretching the front of the body, then the back of the body, so we're getting that nice balance between the stretches there. Lovely. And this next time you're in that angry cat shape with the back rounded up, we're going to change the breath. I'm going to take an inhale there. And as you exhale, let the belly drop as you lift the chest, coming back into cow. Inhale, rounding the spine into cat. And feel that release as you exhale, letting the chest sink. Twice more like that, just noticing the difference. When we just change the breath pattern, releasing down. Lovely. One more time. And release. Coming back onto that tabletop position. Let's take an inhale, lift the chest. This time as you exhale, round the back, bottom to heels, maybe coming down onto your elbows as we come down into child pose. And then inhale back up into our cow pose, pushing the chest forwards. Rounding back, coming back down into that child pose. One more time. This next time, as you bring your bottom back down into that child pose, right arm is going to reach all the way back behind you towards the back of the mat. Come back up as you inhale, circling the arm all the way up. And exhale, finishing that circle as the hand trails back behind you. Inhale as you circle up. You can always do this with your hand on your shoulder, making that movement a little smaller. Lovely. Big movements into the shoulder. Now this next time, let's keep the arm raised up towards the ceiling. We're going to take an inhale. Now as you exhale, wrap the arm through, but this time it's like you want to give yourself a hug. So your fingertips are reaching up towards the ceiling, wrapping around the ribs. Inhale, reach the arm up, little variation of our thread needle. And again, wrap that arm around the ribs, fingertips pointing skywards. Inhale, reach up. Now this next time, let's bring the hand down onto the mat, sliding the arm away from you if you can, so you can come down onto the side of the shoulder. If you want to take a child pose, feel free. If you're joining me in that thread needle, left hand can stay where it is, or you can slide the arm forwards, coming to the top of the mat, maybe coming onto those little tented fingertips there. Leaning slightly into that right side to increase that stretch in the shoulder. And then we'll release, bringing both hands back underneath you, tucking the toes this time. And as you inhale, let's lift the chest. Exhale, if it feels good, downward dog. From your downward dog, let's start to pedal the feet, bending one knee and then the other, maybe a little swish of the hips from side to side. That's it. Now let's pick up the heels, lifting those hips, and then let those heels sink back down to the floor. Lifting those heels high, this time rolling over the toes back onto all fours. Keep the toes tucked. Let's add the breath. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heels lift, inhale. Exhale, let the heels sink. Heels lift, inhale. Exhale, back down onto all fours. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift the chest. Downward facing dog, exhale. Picking up those heels on an inhale. And then pushing the heels down. Rising up one last time, inhale. Back down onto all fours. This time flattening your feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Rounding back into your child pose. Option to stay there or we'll start to flow. Back up onto all fours. Breath in. And coming down onto your tummy. Exhale. Back up through cobra. And bottom to heels. Do that twice more if it feels good. If you want to just stay in that child pose again, balancing out your practice, the movement and the rest, feel free. If you're with me, we're going to do this little flow one more time. Inhale as you rise up. And exhale to sink down, elbows hug in. Breathing in as you lift the chest. And we'll all meet in child pose. And this time we're going to come up onto those little cupped hands, those little tented fingertips. Pressing those fingertips down into the floor. Now as you inhale, lift the chest, you look between your hands. And then as you exhale, we let the chest sink. We're going to do that twice more. Inhale, feel that little lift. And then release as you exhale. Last time. And this next time, as you release, maybe letting those hands flatten, maybe even bringing them underneath your head for a moment of support there. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths into that child pose. finding your way back up onto all fours. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, child pose. This time, left arm reaches back behind you. Inhale as you rise up, drawing that big circle with the left arm. And then all the way back. So again, you can bring your hand onto your shoulder and just circle the elbow if this movement is a little bit too big for you today. Something going on in the shoulder. This next time, let's keep that arm lifted up towards the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, you're going to wrap the arm around the rib cage, fingertips to the sky. Inhale as you reach the arm up. And then wrap the arm around the ribs. Lovely. One more time. Unfurl. This time, hand to the mat. We're going to slide the arm out from underneath you, coming down onto the side of the head there. So just make sure the shoulder's away from the ear. Right hand can stay by the face, or straighten that arm to the top of the mat so you can lean a little bit further into that left shoulder. And bringing that right hand by the face, coming back up onto all fours. Tucking the toes, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to add on here. And pick up your heels. Just let the heels pivot over to the right. Now you've got the option to keep the legs straight or bend the knees and send your bottom back down towards your heels. And then come back up through center. Spin the heels to the left. Legs can stay straight or bend the knees and press back. Let's do that one more time each way. Little pivot and maybe a knee bend. Little pivot in the opposite direction and maybe that little push back. Lovely. Coming back to center and then rolling over the toes back onto all fours. Flatten the feet. Lift the chest. Breath in. Rounding the spine back into that child pose. Again, option to stay there. Or inhale, coming back up onto all fours. Try rounding the back as you come up and then unfurling down onto the mat. Picking up the chest, breath in, and bottom to heels. Breathing out. Lovely. Twice more if that feels good. Remember, you can always take that moment in child pose if that's what serves you today. Doing whatever feels good. Last time if you're with me. Lovely. This time as we meet in that child pose, we'll walk the hands over to the right side, shoulder width apart. Just move the hips slightly to the left, coming up onto those little tented fingertips. Lift the chest just once as you look between the hands. And as you sink the chest down, you can relax the hands. You can stack left hand on top of right hand, and dropping that left armpit if it feels good. So getting that nice stretch all the way down the left side of the body. A couple of nice deep breaths there. And then coming back through center, let's walk the hands over to the left, maybe swinging the hips a little bit to the right. Again, coming up on those little tented fingertips as you lift the chest. And then releasing down, and this time maybe left hand on top of right hand if it feels good. Drawing the breath into the right side of the body this time. Lovely. And then coming all the way back through the center. We back up onto all fours, tucking the toes, and we meet in downward dog. You can stay on all fours, you decide. So if you're with me in downward dog, let's bend the right knee, getting that nice stretch in the back of the left leg, before floating the right leg all the way up behind you. And then knee to chest, step or help that foot between your hands. And we're going to drop the back knee. Ready for a low lunge. That's it. Arms lift up into that lunge. And then straight back down, framing the front foot. Up onto your fingertips as you lift the chest. And then we'll roll over the toes, smoothing the hips back. Bend the knee, arms lift. Inhale. And exhale, bringing the hands to the floor. Lift the chest. And then move the hips back. Let's do that a couple more times. Getting that nice balance between the hips getting a nice stretch and then the hamstrings. Feeling that nice release. Lovely. Let's do that one more time. So let the left hip sink as you sweep the arms up. And then hands to the floor. Lifting the chest. And this time as you hold that hamstring stretch, maybe slide that left leg a little further away from you. Now you can stay there, that right leg, sorry. Now you can stay there. Or we're going to roll the toes over to the right, moving from the top of the hips. You're pivoting on the heel, back to center, and then roll the toes to face the left, that inward rotation. Let's do one more roll out to the right, and then rolling them into the left, back through the center. You're going to rebend the knee, left hand to the floor, right arm lifts to the sky, option pick up the back knee as you find that twist. Brilliant, hands coming down, we meet in downward dog or straight to all fours. Option to stay there or this time roll forwards to plank. And then knees down, chest down, keep those elbows tucked. Find your cobra as you inhale. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Walking those feet in a step or two so you can push the hips up and back. This time left knee bends. So again, just let that right leg get a nice stretch. And left leg floats up behind you. Step or help it forwards. Give it a hand if it doesn't get between your hands. Dropping the back knee. Sweeping the arms up into that lunge. Inhale. Exhale as you release. Lifting the chest. And then move the hips back, toes towards your face. And again, plant the foot. So this time that right hip can drop. Hands come down. That left hamstring gets that lovely stretch. Let's do that twice more. Inhale as you lift the arms. And exhale, release. Lifting the chest, breath in. And hips move back. Lovely. Ready this time to hold. So let's reach the arms up. And then release back down. Lifting the chest. This next time, move the hips back. Maybe you're going to slide that left heel a little further away from you so the leg is straight. So that little roll across your heel. This time, let's start rolling the toes to the left, back to center. And then roll them inwards to the right. Oh, mine don't want to go that way. Let's do one more each way, trying to find that balance between the inward and outward rotation. Moving from the hip, back to center. Left foot to floor, right hand to floor. So as you take the left arm up this time, option picking up that back knee. And then hands coming down, we'll meet in downward dog or straight to all fours. You can skip this bit or inhale as you flow forwards plank. You decide knees lifted or lowered as you come down onto the mat. Find your cobra or an upward dog if that's what serves you today. We meet in downward dog. It's time from your downward dog. Start to walk your feet towards your hands, coming to the top of the mat. Drape and fold over the legs. Maybe catch your elbows. Just let the body sway if that feels good from side to side. Allow that sense of heaviness in the body. Nice. And then fingertips floor, shins, or your thighs. Inhale as you lift up halfway. And exhale, we fold. Let's do that twice more. So finding your flat back, lengthening out through the crown of the head. And lovely. Last time. Beautiful. Let's drop the knees. Roll your way up to stand. Take your time. Oh, give a little shoulder roll. Now you can keep the feet apart, or you can bring them together if you want to. Challenge balance a little bit. And bring the hands to the heart, interlace the hands, and free up your point fingers. I'm going to take the arms up towards the sky, upper arms hug the ears. Inhale as you lift up, and exhale, push the hips to the right as you take the arms to the left. But just make sure that right hip isn't rolling forwards. Draw it back. Inhale through center, and then we'll go in the opposite direction. So again, you're drawing the hips back. Coming up through center, separating the feet, separate the hands. Next time we'll swim the hands behind you. You can rest the hands on your bottom and just open the chest, or interlace the hands and just bring the arms down and away from you. We can stay there as you inhale, or as you exhale, drop the knees, roll down over the legs, lifting those arms up behind you, pushing the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Lovely, releasing the arms. Let's rise to stand, sweeping the arms up, breath in. And hands coming down to hearts. Lovely. Given the fact that it's a sunny day, I feel the need for just a couple of rounds of our sun salutes, just a couple, nothing complicated. So standing at the top of the mat, let's sweep the arms up as you breathe in, and folding down, exhale. Right leg stepping back as you inhale, open the chest. We meet in downward facing dog, or all fours. Inhale as you pull the body forwards to plank. Knees lifted or lowered, you decide. As you roll your way down. Find your cobra, or that little balance, palms of hands, tops of feet. We meet in downward facing dog, or all fours. Take a nice deep breath in, and a nice deep breath out. Let the heels sink. Looking forwards. Right foot steps forwards as you inhale. And exhale, coming to your forward fold, top of the mat. Let's rise on up. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. Lovely. Just the left leg to go. Inhale, just one round. Exhale, we fold. Left leg, big step back this time. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forwards to plank. Remember, you can skip these bits out. Exhale to lower down. Use the knees if you need to. Find your cobra or that little flow to upward dog. We meet downward dog or straight to all fours. Again, let's pause as we take that nice deep breath in. And breathing out, release the heels. Left foot this time steps forwards on an inhale, followed by the right. Let's rise on up. And hands coming down to heart. Beautiful team. So standing at the top of the mat, keeping their hands together at the heart. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knees, send the hips back into your chair pose. You've got the option to extend the arms forwards or bring them up by the ears. Just make sure you're not overarching your back there and the chest stays lifted. Looking down into those legs. Take an inhale and exhale, we fold. Lovely, lifting up halfway, breath in. As you breathe out, right leg, we're going to slide or step it back and bring, oh no, we're coming into a high lunge, I beg your pardon. No, we're not, we're coming into a low lunge. What am I talking about? Slide was right the first time. Right leg comes back, flattening the toes, sweeping the arms up. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then hands coming down to the heart. Beautiful. Now keep the thumbs at the chest and the chest high. As you inhale, press the palms together. Now we're going to twist to the left. So you're turning towards that left knee. Keeping the chest high. Then come all the way back through center. Hands onto that front knee. Tuck the back foot under. And now we push up into that high lunge. Lovely. Or you can keep the knee down should you wish today. Sweeping the arms up. Inhale. Hands to heart, just like we did. Push, push, push the palms together as you inhale. Exhale, twist left. Option, lean forwards and hook that right elbow over the left thigh. So you can do this all with the back knee on the floor. If you've got your back knee lifted, you're lengthening out through the crown of the head, pushing that back heel away from you. Beautiful. Wherever we are, bring the hands down. Now slide that right foot a little further back behind you before you bring the knee back down to the floor. You can keep the toes tucked or flatten the foot. Just make sure that right knee is well behind the hip as you bring both hands to the inside of your front foot to protect the wrists coming up on those fists and pressing your thumbs down into the mat as you hug your knee against your upper arm as we come into our lizard. So we can stay there, or we can turn the left foot out to the left. You can even roll the knee open. And that might be more than enough hip stretch today. Or right hand to floor, left hand to the knee. And you're pushing that knee away from you, turning your chest towards the ceiling. Again, my job to offer the options, your job to listen to your body. You can stay there or bring that right heel in towards your bottom. Reach to the back of your mat. You might be able to catch your foot with that left hand. You can reach to the back of the mat and keep the foot on the floor should you wish, opening the chest. So wherever you are, feeling that nice stretch in the chest, stretch in the hip. Lovely. If you're holding your foot, slowly release the foot. And bringing the hands down and that front foot between your hands. We'll pick up the back knee and meet in downward dog or maybe a child pose. Option to flow. Inhale to plank and exhale to lower. Find your cobra or the upward dog. We meet in downward dog. So depending on how full of the joys of spring you're feeling, we'll bring the feet together. Bend the knees, look forwards, take an inhale. And as you exhale, walk, step, or a little hop to the top. You decide. Lifting up halfway, breath in. And breathing out, we fold. Let's rise on up. Well done, team. Hands coming to heart. Gorgeous. So hands stay at the heart as once more we bend the knees. Sending the hips back, chest stays high, finding that chair pose. Option, we stay there. We can reach the arms, lifting them up. You may be even this time add a little balance challenge, lifting the heels, balancing on the balls of the feet if you wish. Wherever you are, let's take an inhale and fold back down, exhale. Lovely. This time, left leg slides or steps back. We bring the knee down to the floor to start with. Rising up with the arms, inhale. And hands to heart. Again, really keep those thumbs glued to the breastbone as you push the palms together, taking that twist to the right this time, so you're turning towards that front knee. Chest stays nice and high, knowing that this might be the option you return to. Or coming back to center, hands onto that front knee or thigh, tuck the back foot, and you can use that front knee to push yourself up into that high lunge. That's it. Or keep the back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands drop to heart. Again, thumbs stay at your heart as we twist right. Option, lean forwards. Bringing that elbow over the knee. Pushing the palms together, lengthening out through the crown of the head. Back knee might stay on the floor. Up there, and then slowly release, bringing both hands down onto the floor. Before we do anything, let's have a little scooch back, a little wiggle back with the left foot. So when you bring the knee down, the left knee is well behind the hip. Lovely. Hands to the inside of the front foot, up onto those fists. So again, we can press the thumbs down and let the hips sink forwards. So we can stay there, or we can turn the right foot out We can let the knee roll out if that feels good. Now again, if you want more, left hand to the floor this time, right hand pushes the knee away so you can spin your chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe we stay there, or maybe just reach the arm back, or pick up the back foot, draw that heel in towards your bottom. So not all ankles, knees, hips are going to like that one, so listen to what's going on in your body. Lovely, let's slowly let that foot come back down. Hands frame that front foot, so give it a little walk. And then step back into your downward dog. Lovely. Option one, final flow if you wish. Inhaling to plank. And exhale to lower. Find your cobra, or again, that little upward dog. And we meet in downward facing dog, that final challenge should you wish. Bending those knees, look forwards, take an inhale. Exhale, walk, step, or hop, or little hops to the top of the mat. Lifting up halfway. And folding, exhale. Lovely. Let's rise on up. Last time. And hands coming to heart. Beautiful, team. So as you just bring your awareness down to your feet, finding that balance between the left side and the right side. And pick up your right heel, and knowing that you might just stay there and pivot on the ball of the foot. Or we're going to bring that right knee up and in towards the chest. So you decide whether you want to keep the foot on the floor as we begin to open and close that right knee. Challenging balance with that movement of the knee. And next time knee is open, we're going to pause. Option to keep the hand on the knee, or hands come back to the heart. See if you can keep that knee where it is as we build up some strength in the hip. And then sole of that right foot, we're going to find your way into tree pose. You can use that hand to gently bring it up to where feels good for you. Standing up nice and tall. Again, thinking about that central trunk of our spine, lengthening up. Beautiful. You can keep the hands at the heart, or taking the arms all the way out and up. And then all the way back down to the heart. And keep the hands at the heart as you point that right knee forwards. You've got the option to lift the arms up towards the sky, coming into our heron pose. And then slowly release. Those legs a little shake, a little pad from side to side. We'll try that on the other side, so balance might feel slightly different on that side. So this time it's the left heel that lifts. So again, you might just be rolling across the ball of the foot, or bring that knee up towards the chest. Standing up nice and tall as once more we start to open and close the knee. And let's keep that knee to the side. Option stay there, or bring the hands to the heart as you keep that knee lifted. And then see if you can find your way into your tree pose. Lifting up nice and tall as you open that knee. And then if you wish, we take that big circle of the arms all the way out and up. Hands coming back down to the heart. Pointing that knee forwards. Last little bit. Option, take the arms up. And then release. Lovely. Giving those legs one last little shake. Bending the knees, sweeping the arms up. Breath in. Oh, all the way down as you breathe out. Let's step back into a wide leg downward dog. So feet to the outside of your mat. So when you come down onto all fours, we can widen those knees a little bit. Big toes together. Take your bottom back towards your heels. Ease your way down into that child pose. Maybe even making a little pillow for yourself. Resting your head on your hands. I really like that because it gives your your chest a little chance to release down. Back to the breath. See if you can balance that breath out. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, sliding the hands back towards you. So you can drop your hips to one side, extend those legs out in front of you, give them a little shaky, shaky. And then come down onto your back, reaching the arms above your head. And take a moment in that lovely full body stretch, a chance to circle off your wrists and your ankles a few times. The toes moving a little ways. Let's go around the opposite direction. Lovely. And then bring the right knee up and in towards the chest. As you hug that knee, relax your shoulders. Bring that nice release in the lower back. And using your left hand, bring that knee across the body into a little twist. Your arm just drops out behind you, reaching out through the fingertips. And then rolling onto your back. You can always rebend the opposite knee as we take that right leg up towards the sky into a hamstring stretch. More movements in your ankle there, maybe a little point and flex before you pull the toes down towards the face. You've got the option to keep the hands nice and low or slide them up the leg, bringing your nose towards your knee. Then roll our way back down and swap the legs over. So give that left leg, left knee a nice little squeeze this time. And just try and relax your shoulders, release the upper body. And then using your right hand, we'll bring that leg across the body into that twist. Rolling back onto your back, holding on around the back of the leg. Let's extend the leg up towards the ceiling. So again, chance just to point and flex off the foot for a moment there. And pull the toes down towards your face. And again, we've got the option to roll your way up, bringing your nose towards the knee. And then release back down. Both knees in towards the chest. Just take a little circle off with your knees there. 2 circles one way. And then around the opposite way. And then bringing your feet down to the floor. You can always keep the feet wide, knees bent, the knees just rest against each other. Or you can stretch the legs out in front of you. I'm just going to come up to seated so I can talk to you for a moment. So we come back to that idea of balance. Balance in our bodies, balance in our lives. Maybe these words give you food for thought. Maybe your nervous system needs safety, not solutions. Softness instead of pushing through. Slowness, not urgency. More moments of presence, not more things to fix. Permission to rest, not pressure to do more. Gentle reassurance, not force. To feel simply held, not hurried. Again, coming back to that sense of balance now. I mean, that balance between the inhale and the exhale. Beginning to deepen. Lengthen your breath. Bring some gentle movement back into your body when you're ready. The goals of your fingers, your toes. And hugging the knees. And rolling, turning to lie on one side. And coming up to seated when you're ready. Take your time. In that seated position, just bringing the hands together at the heart, dropping the chin down towards the fingertips. Finding again that moment of balance across your sit bones, the left and the right, the front and the back, the up and the down. And from that point of balance, let's take a big circle of the arms all the way out and up. Bringing all of that beautiful spring energy down to the heart. And thank you, team. Thank you, thank you. My favourite season, spring and autumn.